Frank Furness and welcome back to Travel Tips. Today I'm going to be speaking about Thailand, one of my favorite countries. I've been going there for years and years doing business, just having vacations there. Absolutely love the place. And if we start off by looking at the currency, and again the currency could fluctuate depending on the time, but roughly you're getting about 30 baht, which is their currency for a dollar, or about 39 baht for a pound, English pound. Now when you get into the airport, a lot of airports in the world are quite crazy, and you will try and find some illegal taxis trying to get you there, but it is pretty organized. I want to tell you, the airport in Bangkok is absolutely beautiful. Shopping inside is great, and what you'll find when you land, you'll have to take a train into the main airport. Everything is pretty organized. Immigration is friendly, it's fast, it's easy getting your suitcases, baggage. Everything at that airport really works well. It's a modern, fantastic airport. You go to a taxi stand and you actually buy your ticket depending on where you're going. So it's very organized, and it'll take you from the airport about 45 minutes, and it's going to cost you around 450 baht, so between $15 and $20. Remember, when you go from the airport, it's great, it's always fixed, but when you take taxis anywhere else, be careful, because they will try to charge you a lot more or not even switch their meter on. Always tell them to put the meter on. Now, a lot of people ask me, is Uber available? Well, Uber was there, but it's now been replaced by Grab, which does almost the same kind of thing. So you'll just have to download a different kind of app to use Grab. Taxis are pretty cheap to go anywhere. The biggest challenge, though, is traffic is crazy, especially in Bangkok. So what you might even want to do is take a tuk-tuk. Tuk-tuks sometimes are more expensive than taxis, but they're crazy. They go all in between the traffic. Or if you want the fastest and the craziest way, is just to get on a motorcycle taxi. And you'll see there's hundreds of them. All the guys with the orange jackets, you get onto the back of that little motorbike and they zip. You just hold on for dear life. But you get to where you want to go really quickly and cheaply, and it's what all the locals use. The Thai culture is wonderful. I love the people over there. They're always very gentle, and learn a few basic things. Hello, goodbye, thank you, please bring me my bill. The people are gentle, they're great, the culture is just wonderful, and it's almost a lot of sexual freedom. You'll see a lot of hookers and a lot of sexual freedom going on, which is acceptable. A lot of the ladies become prostitutes to actually support their families who live up in the hills and far away from Bangkok. Price is pretty cheap. Anywhere you go in Thailand, hotels are very reasonable. Eating out is fantastic. The food is wonderful. By the way, when you're in Bangkok, please go to my favorite restaurant. It's called Cabbages and Condoms, and it's in Sukhumvit. The food is out of this world, and they give a certain percentage of their takings back again to educate the Thais on safe sex. So it's a very good restaurant, very good causes. It's actually got one in London as well. They own their own hotels, but the food is out of this world. I love going to eat there. Hotels are pretty reasonable. You can figure on, depending on what you want to stay in, but for a nice 4-star hotel, you can get there for about $150 depending on where you go. Now, my favorite hotel, which is a lot more expensive, is the Shangri-La, which is right on the river. But normally I stay in the Sukhumvit area, where it's just buzzing. There's so much happening over there. And there's quite a few hotels I stay in over there. There's the Sheraton Grand, which is a beautiful hotel. Pretty expensive, very central, and they do have a great jazz bar. They've had the same jazz band playing there for years and years. It's a trio. I know the guy that plays the piano is an American guy that has gone over there. He has a fantastic band playing with him. Right across the road you have the Western Hotel, and you've got the Sofitel in the same street. It's quite a long street with a lot of hotels, a lot of bars, a lot of massage places. For me, it's the real happening place. But I normally now stay at the Radisson Blu. It's a fairly new hotel, only about 4 or 5 years old. The rooms are fantastic, wonderful swimming pool, great service, and they always seem to be able to accommodate me on an early check-in, because I always do a night flight, get in early in the morning. So the people have got to know me over there. The food is wonderful. In fact, anywhere in Asia, if you go for the breakfast, they are fantastic. At any of these hotels, you'll go in and they'll have about 15 different stands or stations where you can go if you want to have Thai food, if you want to have Italian food, if you want to have Japanese food, if you want to have Indian food. Each of them will have a station where you can go and eat. The food is absolutely fantastic anywhere you go in Thailand. Now, when you're in Bangkok, some of the things to do is you've got to go and see the reclining Buddha. The Grand Palace is a must-do. Take a boat trip to the Chao Phraya River, and I love going on the floating market. It's really cool. So you take a taxi out. I normally don't go on an organized tour. I just pick up a normal taxi, and then they'll take you out. You get onto the boat, and off you go into the floating market. It's crazy. Hundreds of boats just converging on each other. They're selling food on the market. They stop. You can buy all kinds of stuff. It's just a brilliant experience. Now, you've got to see also the seedy side of Bangkok. And there's a couple of places. I mean, the seediest is a place called Pat Pong. But in Sukhumvit Road, there's two main places, Soy Cowboy, and then the biggest and most famous one, which is Nana Plaza, which is about 4 stories. And there's just free sex trade there. But also, why I love going there is it's full of bars, and every bar has a live band. So if you go there, I love to go and people watch, but the music is out of this world. And also interesting to go to the Gateway bars, which is on the 4th floor, the most beautiful women in the world who are actually men. So it's an interesting experience to go and see. Business, I do a lot of business there. Business is pretty formal, but don't be aggressive. Like I come from South Africa, and the way I do business is I go straight in, let's just go in and do it. With over there, you've got to spend a lot of time developing the relationship, develop rapport. They've got to get to like you and trust you. I suppose you could say that all over the world, but very much more so here. A lot of small talk before you actually get into doing business. Shopping, many places to do shopping over there. One of my favorites is Terminal 21, again in the Sukhumvit area. And every country I go to, I like to find the Gadget place, where they sell all of the latest computers, internet, gadget stuff. And the place over there is called Pantip Plaza. It's about 6 stories, just of every gadget, TV, radio, whatever you think about, you can buy at Pantip Plaza. It's great, absolutely wonderful. Tipping is not expected for taxi drivers. Often you'll find if you have a meal, they'll add 10% on, but it's not like the US where they're expecting 20% or 22%. Over there, most of the time it's not expected, as I say, unless you're in some restaurants, and they would just automatically add 10%. So some of the other things to do and places to go, I've been to Phuket many times, spoken at conferences over there. Phuket's a huge island, wonderful place as well. Patong's the main city over there. But my favorite place, I go there every year, I've been going there for about 10 years, is a place called Koh Samui, a little island, and you fly out. It's about an hour, 35 minutes to an hour, I can't remember. But you land at the most unique airport in the world. It's an outdoor airport. So there's no sides to the airport. You go in, you're picked up in golf buggies, and there's a lot of places you can stay. It's quite a big island. And again, depending on your budget, you could stay in like a Ritz-Carlton kind of place where you're going to pay a fortune. I love to stay about 10 minutes from the airport in the town. And I have one of my favorite hotels I stay at over there. They're actually fantastic. They've got to know me now. And when I went there the last time, I had my room right on the beach, opened the door, walked out into the sea over there. And in Koh Samui, it's lovely. The main little town over there, I'm just trying to think of the name now, it is the Chaweng, C-H-A-W-E-N-G, and the hotel I stay at is the Ban Chaweng. Now it's really reasonable prices. I pay, depending on the room you want, I pay about $150 so I can get the front room, virtually walk out of my door and onto the beach. What I also love about that is I'm right on the beach, but 1 minute walk the other way, I'm in town, hundreds of bars, great restaurants, live music every night. We're out there seeing fantastic bands. When you're on the beach over there, the beach is beautiful. They have a swimming pool over there, breakfast is included, the staff are wonderful at the Ban Chaweng, but you'll find that at most hotels. What I do love though is the massages. Anywhere you go in Thailand, you're paying around $20 for a massage. At this hotel, they have the massage tables right on the beach, so you can sit there and you can have your massage. Well, if you go to Bangkok, you can get a happy ending massage. I won't tell you what that is, but happy ending is they're not the best masseuses. Over here, these are professional masseuses. I normally got this 80-year-old lady, tiny little lady, but boy, she's got fingers of steel. And the hardest decision every day is, I'm going to have 2 massages. What do I have? Do I have aromatherapy? Do I have head? Do I have feet? Do I have deep tissue massage? The massages are brilliant anywhere in Thailand. So what I also love about Koh Samui, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're feeling a bit hungry, and there are little stalls that set up that make soup, and you can get corn on the cob, you can get fresh fruit. Nothing costs you more than $1. And my favorite thing is a coconut milkshake that costs about $1. That is wonderful. What you'll also find at about 6 o'clock, the sun starts to set, and a lot of the hotels will be setting up their barbecues, and you can have fresh fish. You'll choose your piece of fish, and your meal will cost you between $10 and $15 for a beautiful, beautiful, fantastic meal. Lots and lots of things to do on the island. So that's just a little bit about Thailand, some of the places to do, things to do. Put that on your list of places to go and things to do. Hey, this is Frank. I hope you've enjoyed the travel channel. Please write to me if you have. Please like, comment, share. Thanks for watching.